In this video, Dr. Tim Shanahan responds to the question, how do you support students using a gradual release of responsibility?
We want students to be able to take on a science book or a complex piece of fiction independently, without the teacher there asking the questions and guiding the students to do it. And so we have to be careful when we're teaching strategies that students don't come to believe that these are just activities that teachers do, and that when they're in the library or at home that they're not supposed to use these. And so there are a number of things that we can do to try to make sure that the kids come away with the strategies and not just we did the activity in class. The research has been quite clear that gradual release of responsibility approaches seem to be particularly effective when it comes to teaching things like strategies. This is the I do it, we do it, you do it kind of model, which tends to never work quite that simply. It might be I do it again, now you try to do it, I better do it again and show you again. It goes back and forth like that. But those kinds of approaches where the teacher essentially starts out doing most of the work initially, presenting the strategy, explaining its importance, guiding students when to use it and how to use it through a story. But over time, what the teacher does is withdraws that support. And so that at some point the teacher might say, well, today we were going to preview and predict. Why would we do that? Have the students giving the explanations for why you would use that and how that helps. You might have, at another point, boys and girls, we're going to do this now. Which strategy do you think would be best? You have that kind of a discussion about it. But over time, the teacher is withdrawing and the kids are doing more and more of it on their own or with minimal support from the teacher until eventually they can do this with peers, but then eventually even by themselves. Various ways of accomplishing that. There are a number of steps, but basically the idea is the teacher does almost all the work at the beginning, and as time goes on, the teacher withdraws that scaffolding or withdraws that support with the student taking on all those different roles so that they're really in control of the strategy and can use it on their own. Final point. Make sure kids understand that that strategy is something that they can use on their own when they feel challenged by a text or when they really feel like they need to understand a text better. If they don't know that, they might not actually ever try to learn the important strategy that you taught.